Hello guys, in the previous class we finished the chapter TDS tax deducted at source. Now I'm taking the next chapter which again a comparatively smaller chapter, that is advanced tax. Now when I started TDS, when I gave you the introduction of TDS, that time I told you when the assessee calculates the tax and makes the payment. In addition to that, there are three ways where government will get the money before the year gets over or before the assessee directly pays the income tax. And if you recollect, what were the three ways? Sorry, three ways. First, advance tax. Second, TDS, which we did the entire chapter. And the third was TCS, tax collected at source. As I mentioned, TCS ka part is not in your syllabus. TDS we did, and now we come to advanced tax. So as the name suggests, when I say advanced tax, as far as this syllabus is concerned, it is direct tax, that is income tax. And when I say advanced tax means the income tax which is paid in advance. Advanced tax is the income tax which is paid in advance. Now, how the concept of advance tax works. Under the Income Tax Act, the provisions of advance tax are governed under section 207 to 211. Section 207 to 211. Now, what is there in 207, 208, 209, 2010, 2011? Everything is given in the theory. I will not get into sections at this stage. It's not required also from the sums point of view. I'll make the overall picture of advance tax clear for you. Okay. Now, getting into advance tax. As I told you, advance tax means making the payment of income tax in advance. Now, the concept here is such. What we did, we have done the chapter tax rate, correct? We saw in that chapter how to calculate income tax. Now, what the law says, as and when the year is going on, you know what is your income, or you know that in case you are doing a business, there is going to be a loss. Even for capital gains, house property, other source, there can be a loss. Now, you all know how to calculate tax, correct? What we did in tax rate. Right now, forget the speculative income. That also is there in this chapter. But at this stage, in the first class, I don't want to get into that. You know, senior citizen nahi rahega. Up to 250, no tax. 250 to 5 lakh, 5%. 5 to 10 lakh, 20%. About 10 lakh, 30%. 4% education cess. Total income 5 lakh any cherry bed. All that is going to be repeated in this chapter. But what exactly is advance tax? Now, you are progressing through the year. The year is not yet over. The year is on. Now, you have to estimate your income. You have to estimate your income. And as per your estimates, if the total tax payable for the entire year is more than 10,000. If the total tax payable for the year is more than 10,000, then in that case, you will have to pay the tax in advance. You will have to pay the tax in advance. Remember this limit 10,000. 10,000 या उसके ऊपर रहेगा, you will have to pay the advance tax. That means जो भी tax है, you have to estimate and pay that in advance. It is not an easy procedure because you have to predict income. See, when your previous year ends, you have an idea, next year मेरा income क्या होगा. So according to that, you will be able to calculate your tax roughly and you will be paying the tax in advance. Now, the question is, यू विल से व्हाई एडवांस टैक्स क्यों पे करना है, साल खत्म होने के बाद पूरा पे करोगे चलेगा, गवर्नमेंट विल नॉट माइंड ओनली, तुम एडवांस टैक्स नहीं पे कर रहे हो कोई बात नहीं, साल खत्म होने के बाद पे करो, लेकिन if your advance tax amount or the calculation of after making the calculation of tax, if the amount of tax is more than 10,000 and तुमने एडवांस टैक्स पे नहीं किया तो तुमको उसके ऊपर इंटरेस्ट लगेगा. So if you want to avoid interest, you will have to pay the tax in advance. So people normally avoid that charging of interest and they will pay the tax in advance. Got it? So advance tax liability comes into picture when the tax payable for the entire is 10,000 or more than 10. अगर 10,000 के नीचे रहेगा तो तुमको टैक्स को एडवांस में पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है. This is the basic concept. Now, everybody, all the assessees, whether you are an individual or an HUF or a company or a firm or an LLP or a local authority, artificial juridical person, school, college, अगर तुम्हारा इनकम है और उसके ऊपर तुम्हारा टैक्स 10,000 के ऊपर है या 10,000 है, you will have to pay the tax in advance. But there is an exception here. Keep this in mind, very important from the syllabus point of view, that is theory, practical sums as well as objective. There is an exception. What is that exception? The exception is if you are a senior citizen. If you are a senior citizen, you all know very well, we have done in multiple sums. If the person is of 60 years or more, if the person is of 60 years or more, then you will be called as a senior citizen. If the person is a senior citizen, that is 60 years or more, you are a senior citizen. Senior citizen आ गया मतलब automatically super senior citizen या very senior citizen above 80 भी आ गया. If you are a senior citizen, and याद रखना, this is and, मतलब this and both together. And what and? If you are a senior citizen and you don't have any income from business profession, if you are a senior citizen, that is, if you are a person above the age of 60 years and you don't have any income from business profession, then there is an exception. In that case, there is no need to pay the tax in advance. So if you are a senior citizen and तुम्हारे पास कोई भी बिजनेस या प्रोफेशनल इनकम नहीं है, then in that case you don't have to pay advance tax. This is an exception. याद रखना, senior citizen and. Now if you are a senior citizen and you have business income, then even if you are a senior citizen, तुमको advance tax pay करना पड़ेगा. But if you are a senior citizen and you don't have any business profession income, then you will be excluded, you will be an exception and advance tax pay नहीं करना. So ये limit ध्यान रखना, 10,000 or more advance tax, 10,000 के नीचे no advance tax. If you are a senior citizen having no business profession income, no advance tax. But if you are having a senior citizen, if you are a senior citizen and have business profession income, then advance tax pay करना. इसको छोड़ के all other assessees have to pay the advance tax. Got it? So these are the important things. Now guys, coming to the main point after this. Advance tax पता चल गया, 10,000 के ऊपर टैक्स रहेगा या 10,000 एग्जैक्ट, मुझे एडवांस टैक्स पे करना ही है. ओके, मुझे एडवांस टैक्स पे करना ही है. नाउ जो एडवांस टैक्स पे करना है, कैसे पे करना है? देयर आर 4 installments for the year. During the entire year, that means till the time your previous previous year your financial doesn't end, you will have to estimate the income and you will have to make the payment of advance tax in 4 installments. You will have to make the payment of advance tax in 4 installments. That is the most important part of this chapter after understanding these 2 points. Now, वो जो 4 installments है, उसका there is a deadline. At the same time, there is a percentage. Deadline means every quarter के end में तुम्हें वो pay करना है. But what is that date? I'll come to that. And whatever is your tax liability estimated, uska certain percentage has to be paid in each installment. Remember, this is pure estimate. After the year gets over, when the assessment is done, your actual tax liability may be equal to advance tax paid, maybe more, maybe less. As I told you, if it is less, you will be charged interest. If it is more, you will get the refund with interest. And if it is exact, which is a very, very rare case, then there is no amount payable, no amount receivable. Okay, I'll tell you what is the interest. Let me check the angle of the camera, guys. 1 minute. Huh? Okay, I'll just explain this side. Now, what is the limit? And limit matlab, what is the amount to be paid for each installment of advance tax? Guys, understand this very carefully. First installment of advance tax. Remember, you are going to pay this advance tax during the year, not after the year gets over. साल खत्म होने के पहले. So my first installment you have to pay on or before 15th June. My first installment has to be paid on or before 15th June. Understand this? When I start the sum, automatically you will find it very simple in the sum. Now ये 10,000 may be exception. वो exception I'll come to that when I come to the relevant sum. But right now just understand the basic. My first installment has to be paid on or before 15 June. Yeah, that means latest तुम्हें 15 जून तक पे करना है. उसके पहले पे करना है तुम्हारी मर्जी. But the last deadline for first installment, okay, the first installment has to be paid on or before 15 June. And the percentage will be 15% of advance tax. जो भी तुम्हारा advance tax का amount है, उसका 15% you will have to pay on or before 15 June. So on or before 15 June, I have to pay 15% of advance tax. Getting? I'll just put a hypothetical figure just for understanding, guys. I'll just take that advance tax ka estimate is 20,000. Okay, just to make you understand properly. My advance tax ka estimate is 20,000. So क्या होगा? On this day na 15 June, I will have to pay 20,000 ka 15%, that is 3,000. Okay, I'm just putting hypothetical figure to make your concept clear. Suppose मेरा advance tax 20,000 है. So 20,000 का 15%, 3,000 I'll have to pay on or before 15. So the first installment to be paid on or before 15th June, and it will be the estimated tax का पूरे साल का जो tax estimate है उसका 15%. So 20,000 का 15%, that is 3,000. Coming to the next. याद है I told you quarter. 15 जून के बाद 3 महीना काउंट करो. July, August, September. So my next installment my second installment will be on or before 15 September. On or before 15 September. Okay? 15 September के पहले I will have to make the payment of second installment. I will have to make the payment of second installment. Now second installment क्या है? Till this day you will have to pay total 15% of advance, total 45% of advance tax. यहाँ तक 15%, यहाँ तक 45%. ऑन और बिफोर 15 सितंबर मुझे टोटल 45% ऑफ एडवांस टैक्स पे करना है. दैट मीन्स व्हाट? यहां तक मैंने 3000 पे किया बराबर. अभी टोटल 45 मतलब ये 3000 भी आ गया. तो 3000 मैंने यहाँ पे किया. अभी ये जो गैप है 3 महीने का, यहां तक टोटल 45 और यू कैन से 30%. गेटिंग इट व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से? यहां तक 15%, ये गैप में दूसरा 30%. सो 15 प्लस 30 हो गया 45. अभी देखो 45% कितना होता है? 20,000 का 45% इज 9,000. नाउ अंडरस्टैंड, 20,000 का 45% इज 9,000. तो यहां तक मेरा टोटल 9 पे होना चाहिए. मैंने 3,000 पे किया, तो आई विल पे अनदर 6. सो ये जो गैप है 15 जून से लेके 15 सितंबर तक, आई विल पे अनदर 6,000. सो देखो 20,000 का 30% हो गया 6,000. 3 प्लस 6 कितना हुआ? 9,000. 20,000 का 45% कितना होगा? So the advance tax here will be, understand, 45% of the tax liability, that is 20,000 का 45%, 9,000. 9 में से ये 3 माइनस करो, that is 6. So यहाँ तक टोटल मेरा 9,000 पे हो जाना चाहिए. ब्रेकअप 3,000 on or before 15 June, another 6,000 on or before 15 September. So 3 plus 6, 9, 25,000 का 45% is 9,000. So this 45 also includes this 15. So 15 plus 30 हो गया 45. Understand this? When I come to the sum, it will become very simple. Okay? Now, what I told you, पूरे साल का 4 इंस्टॉलमेंट्स, 2 हो गया. 15 सितंबर के बाद अनदर 3 months, अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर. सो माय नेक्स्ट इंस्टॉलमेंट विल बी ऑन और बिफोर 15 दिसंबर. ऑन और बिफोर 15 दिसंबर. Okay, on or before 15 December. Now see, यहाँ तक total 15, till here total 45. Now here it will be 75% of advance tax or the total income computed. मतलब advance tax ही हो गया. Getting it? Now guys, again listen. यहाँ तक total 75 हो जाना चाहिए. That means ये 75 में ऊपर के दोनों अमाउंट इंक्लूडेड है. सो इन शॉर्ट व्हाट? देखो अगेन द सेम थिंग. यहां तक मैंने 45% पे कर दिया. नाउ ये गैप में टोटल 75. दैट मीन्स व्हाट? अनदर 30%. सो अनदर 30% हैज टू बी पेड. सो माय एडवांस टैक्स, नाउ लिसन वेरी केयरफुली. अगेन आई एम पुटिंग इन ब्रैकेट्स. It will be 20,000 का 75%. 20,000 का 75% कितना हुआ? 15,000. यहाँ तक टोटल 15 पे करना है. उसमें से 3 and 6 9. less 3 less 6. 20,000 का 75% is 15,000. 15,000 total. Total मतलब वो दो भी ऊपर का आ गया. You have to pay till here. उसमें से 6 and 9 I have paid. So 15 minus 3, 12. 12 minus 6, another 6,000 I will pay it here. So another 6 I will pay here. Getting it? Or other way around. वापस 30% है ना. So 30%, 30%. अभी चेक करो. 15 plus 30, 45. 15 plus 30 plus 30, 75. So this 30 is per installment and 45 is cumulative. 45 में ऊपर का 15 आ गया. ये 75 में ऊपर का 15 भी आ गया, ऊपर का 45 भी आ गया. That is your. Got it? So देखो यहाँ तक 15,000 पे होना चाहिए. 3 plus 6 9, 9 plus 6. Got it? So first installment before 15 June, total 15%. Next installment on or before 15 September, total 45, which includes ऊपर का 15. Next on or before 15 December, total 75, which includes ऊपर का 15 and ऊपर का 45. Okay? So next on or before 3 months, 15 December के बाद next 3 months is 15. So on or before 15th March, that is 4th installment. Okay, that is installment number 4. Now this is the last installment. 15th March तक. Last है मतलब it has to be 100% of advance tax. 100% मतलब चारों इंस्टॉलमेंट का टोटल मिला के यहाँ तक फुल पेमेंट करना है. इसमें एक एक्सेप्शन है. आई जस्ट ब्रीफ यू अबाउट दैट एक्सेप्शन. डिटेल में वी विल सी व्हेन दैट एक्सेप्शन का पॉइंट. सो नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन गाइस? 100%. दैट मींस 20,000 का 100% इज 20,000. 20,000 का 100% इज 20 माइनस ऊपर के सब. तो -3 -6 -6. इन शॉर्ट यहाँ तक 75 हुआ. सो 100 minus 75, 25%. So 20,000 का 25% gives you 5,000. अदर वे चेक करो. 20 minus 3 17, 17 minus 6 11, 11 minus 6 5. 3 and 6 12, 12 and 6 कितना है? सॉरी 3 and 6 9, सॉरी 9 plus 6 15. 15 पे हो गया. So 20 minus 15, balance is 5. अभी तुम चेक करो. 3,000 plus 6 12 plus 6, sorry 3 plus 6 9, 9 plus 6 15, 15 टोटल 20. So मैंने टोटल 20,000 पे किया. Till 15 June I paid 3. Till 15 September I paid another 6. So 3 plus 6 9. यहाँ पे I paid another 6. 9 plus 6 15. यहाँ पे I paid the balance 5. 15 plus 5 20. There's a way of presenting. I'll show you that in the sum. First two questions what I have kept are basic sums. Of course आगे जाके मैंने खुद के sum बनाए. But especially the first question is a pure basic sum without TDS. There is a provision of TDS. I'll tell you that. I'm telling you at this stage because you all have done the chapter of TDS. When I compute this tax now, the advance tax का amount to be considered will be after deducting TDS, not before. When I come to the second question, जो TDS का है, that time I will tell. The first question I have kept 6 sub questions. We will first 5 or 6 है. We will first do that entire sum. Then I will come to the point of TDS. Got it, guys? So this was the basic concept. Just understand this. Even if you have followed 75% is fine. When I do the sum, it will be easier. Okay, guys? I'll just come back with the sum. I'll just rub the board and then we will take the sums. Okay? I'll just be back. Okay, guys, starting with the sums. Now, if you see in the first question, I have kept 6 sub questions, and in the second question, there are 3. So, what I am doing right now, and since already around half an hour is gone for the discussion till now, so I am taking the first 3 sub questions of question number 1. The remaining 3, along with the second question, I will take it in the next class. And this video is going to be open on YouTube. So for the purpose of YouTube, I'm going to merge both the videos. Those students who are going to watch on the app, for y'all, it will be separate. But for YouTube, I will merge both the videos. Okay. So right now, let's take question number 1. Now what it says, computer advanced tax in each of the following situations. See the first question. First question may the amount of advance tax is 15,000. Now, how you will solve this sum ka solution? How the presentation will be? I'll make it very simple for you. Your heading will be computation of advance tax payable. Now, they have not given you the date, so you'll have to show them how the assessee is going to pay the advance tax. Date, keep it a little bit broad because you have to write the word on or before if the exact date is not given. Sometimes they will give the exact date, paid on 12 June, so you write 12 June. And if the date is not given, you have to mention here on or before 15 June. So little bit space rakhna. Advance tax payable and cumulative advance tax. To make the understanding clear what I explained you, we will have this headings. So date, advance tax payable, cumulative advance tax payable. If you want to make column, lines, make, otherwise that's not required. Okay. Now the thing will get simple for you. 15,000 is my total tax. 10,000 के ऊपर गया, 10,000 के ऊपर गया, that means advance tax. 10,000 or more. Even if it is even if it is exact 10,000, you have to pay advance tax. So 15,000 है, nothing given date. So you will write date में on or before 15 June. For your the current year is 22-23, so 15 June 22. Obviously, तुम्हारे syllabus के लिए same. So on or before 15 June, you will have to make the payment of advance tax. And कितना होगा यार? Your tax liability is 15,000. So you will have to make the payment, which will be 15,000 का 15%. So 15,000 ka 15% gives you 2250. Okay. So on or before 15 June, you will make the payment of 2250. Now, cumulative means individual installments ka total. Now, since this is the first installment, this 2250 itself will be cumulative. Why? Because till 15 June, you have to pay total 15%. पहला installment है, तो वही installment will become my cumulative. Got it? Next, you can leave light for presentation. Next will be on or before 15 September. On or before 15 September. Now, what I do? Total 45%. वो 45 में ये 15 भी आ गया. That means this will be 15,000 का 30%. So 15,000 का 30% हो गया तुम्हारा 4,500. 4,500. Getting it now? It is 15,000 ka 45%. 15,000 ka 45% also includes this 15%. So this will be 15,000 ka 30%. Other way around, if you want to show another presentation, मैं नीचे और bracket डालता हूँ. It will be 15,000 का 45% minus 225. Getting it? कुछ भी करो. 15,000 का 30% will be only this installment, or you calculate this way, 15,000 का 45% उसमें ऊपर का 2250 भी आ गया. तो चेक करो, 15,000 का 45% is 6750. 6750 में से 2250 को माइनस करो, ऑटोमेटिकली 4 है. And when I say cumulative, cumulative means total. That means till this date I paid 2250, another 4,500. So add करो 6750. अभी चेक करो, this 6750 is automatically 15,000 का 45. Clear? Next. After this, next is 15 December. So on or before 15 December. On or before 15 December. 15 December तक 75%. Already 45 paid till year. So 70 minus 45, again 30%. So it will be the same. 15,000 30%, which again gives you 4,500. Or if you want to show this way, it will be 15,000 का 75%. उसमें से पहले दो इंस्टॉलमेंट 2250 minus 4.5 डिडक्ट करो, ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएगा द सेम अमाउंट. नाउ चेक करो, 15,000 का 75% is 11,250. 11,250 minus 2250 minus 4.5. So 6750 plus 4.5, that gives you 11,250. Getting it? On or before this day ये पे करना है, on or before this day ये पे करना है. So total यहाँ तक this plus this. On or before 15 December ये पे करना है, total this plus this plus this. That's why you have given, we have given the heading cumulative. This is your statistics, what you have done in FYP. And now the last installment, that will be on or before 15 March. Now 15 March तक कितना पे करना है? 100%. But वो 100% होगा टोटल. That means यहाँ तक 75 हो गया, तो बचा कितना परसेंटेज? 25%. यहाँ तक 75 हो गया तो बचा 25%. So what you will do? Put a bracket. 15,000 का 25%, that is 3750. 15,000 का 25%, 3750. Okay, and now take the same presentation. 15,000 का 100%. 15,000 का 100% होता है 15,000, बट उसमें से ऊपर के तीनों इंस्टॉलमेंट माइनस करो. 2250, 4.5, 4.5. ऑटोमेटिकली योर आंसर इज 3750. चेक करके देखो, 15,000 में से ये तीनों को माइनस करो, यू गेट 3750. क्यूमुलेटिव हो गया 15,000. Getting it? So देखो, my total tax is 15,000, cumulative 15. Now what you do? ये जो एडवांस टैक्स पेएबल है उसका टोटल लो, ऐड करो, ऑटोमेटिकली 15,000. 2250 plus 4.5 plus 4.5 plus 3750 gives you 15, and this has to be equal to cumulative. Got it? Hope the things are clear. I'll repeat again. This is each installment का amount paid, and this is cumulative. ये amount includes first and second. This amount includes all three. This amount includes all four, whereas these four are. Got it? Same way, let's take the second question where the advance tax amount is 40,000. Hope the camera is clear. Yeah. Okay, 40,000. Let's revise. So first installment on or before 15th June. अमाउंट क्या है? 40,000. सो 40,000 का 15% that is 6,000. 40,000 का 15% 6. That 6 will be my cumulative amount. That 6 will be my cumulative amount. Okay, next. On or before 15th December. Now 15 December तक 45 टोटल पे करना है. 15% हो गया, so 45 minus 15, 30%. So what I'll do? 40,000 का 30%, that gives you 12,000. Other way around, 40,000 का 45%, उसमें से 6,000 माइनस करो, you will get the same amount. Getting it? Check करो. 40,000 का 45% gives you 18,000. 18 में से 6 मैंने यहाँ पे पे कर दिया. So now cumulative will be 6 plus 12, that is 18. Getting it? Next. On or before 15 March. कितना है? 75%. 75% में से जहां तक 45 हो गया, 15 and 30, तो बचा कितना? अगेन 30. तो 40,000 का 30%. So just keep in mind, second and the third installment का amount will always be same. तो ये कितना हो गया? 40,000 का 30%. Again 12. Alternate presentation. 40,000 into 75% minus the first two installments. So minus 6 minus 12. So 40,000 का 75%. चेक कर लो. 40,000 का 75%, 30,000. 30 minus 6 minus 12, automatically 12,000. Cumulative check करो. 18 plus 12, 30,000. Getting it? Check करो. 40,000 का 75%, 30,000. Okay. So again I'll repeat. This is individual. This is cumulative. And the last वाला, on or before 15. Sorry guys. ये 15 September. Extremely sorry. This is 15 September. Sorry. This is 15 December. This is 15 March. Sorry guys, I made a mistake. Okay, so 15 September and 15 December and 15 March. Last installment. Last installment क्या है? Balance. Balance मतलब पूरा 100%. यहाँ तक full 100% हो जाना चाहिए. 75 हो गया, तो बचा कितना? 25. So 40,000 का 25%, that gives you 10,000. Or other way around, 40,000 का 100%, that is 40,000 minus 6 minus 12 minus 6 minus 12 minus 12. So 6 plus 12, 18 and 30. 40 minus 30 हो गया 10, and cumulative will be 30 plus 10, that is 40,000. And यहाँ का total करो has to be 40. So advance tax payable का total का amount has to be equal to this. Got it guys? This is your advance tax. Okay, this is your advance tax का calculation. Now guys, see the third sum. यहाँ पे मैंने थोड़ा गूगली डाला है. Many of you all should get answer. Third question का देखो, advance tax कितना है? Advance tax payable is 8,000. Now जानबूझ के कंफ्यूज करने के लिए दिया है advance tax payable. Many of you all what will do? तुम लोग ये टेबल बनाओ जानबूझ के मैंने गूगली डाला है, पर्पसली आई रोट द वर्ड एडवांस। बोलो क्या करना है? 8,000. What I told you, advance tax is payable only when the amount is 10,000 or more. अगर अमाउंट 10,000 के नीचे है, अगर अमाउंट 10,000 के नीचे है, एडवांस टैक्स नहीं आएगा. So purposely I kept the amount below 10,000. So because the amount is 8,000, that is less than 10, advance tax is not payable. So if advance tax is not payable, there is no question of showing this presentation of. Got it? Just write down the note. Note लिखो. Sum number 3 का. Since the tax payable is less than 10,000, since the tax payable is less than 10,000, advance tax will not be applicable. Since the tax payable is less than 10,000, advance tax will not be applicable. Got it? और अगर advance tax applicable है ही नहीं, advance tax भरना ही नहीं है, there is no question of this. Got it, guys? So that's it. Being the first class, I'll wind up here. There are another 3 sub questions of the first question that I will continue in the next class, along with the second question ka 3 parts where I have kept TDS. That's it, guys. I wind up here. But before we meet in the next class, please see to it that you all have revised all the 3 sums what we did right now. Take me to advanced tax sign these 2. Got it? So I wind up here, and those who are watching this on YouTube, I'm merging the next video with this video. That's it, guys. See you all in the next class.